Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacobs here to give you my thoughts finally on Alien Romulus. Just got out of seeing it, and I know I'm way behind. In order to keep my horror fan card, I had to definitely see this eventually in theaters. Just various circumstances have prevented me until now, but I definitely wanted to make sure I did while it was still there, and I am so glad I did because Alien Romulus was honestly it was great. I'll just cut right to it. I really, really dug Alien Romulus. To give a bit of a inkling of my attachment to the franchise. I'm not like attached to the first two Alien movies at the hip. I appreciate the first one. I prefer Aliens. Three has its obvious drawbacks. There's some fun, I guess, to be had with Resurrection. Prometheus, good in a certain sense. Covenant, I didn't really care for in hindsight. I actually enjoy the AVP films. I know, lynch me. um, so I'm not like the most like die-hard anal, you know, uh, obsessed fan out there, I guess. But I do like the franchise. I do like the creatures as xenomorphs. And being a fan of Fede Alvarez, who I think is one of the premier and best horror directors out there, I really like Don't Breathe. The style of the Evil Dead 2013 remake, even the movies that he's produced, like Don't Breathe 2, which I actually prefer, and the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I both really, really, really liked. I was very excited as soon as I heard he was going to be the hand working Romulus here. And I gotta say that combination was a match made in heaven, essentially, because he brings like his flair and his consistency of effects that he always has in his films, with pairing what you'd want with an alien film, and I think it was a great sort of just mesh and fit for that. It's very much a throwback. I'd say it's a good middle ground between Alien and Aliens, with maybe a more of a lean towards the original in style. It has a lot of build and suspense while eventually going more batshit crazy and just violent. And visually, it's really, really good. I also really like the lead, Kaylee Spaney, I think is her name. I probably butchered her last name, but I thought she was very good as well. Also David Johnson, who plays Andy. This isn't a spoiler, but he's the android in the film. I like the dynamic there. You also have Isabella Merced, who I don't mind seeing as well. But yeah, overall, I thought it was, again, a very good example of a franchise going back to its roots, much in the way Prey did, while kind of doing something distinct with it. And just kind of harkening back and focusing on what made the franchise stick out in the first place. I know some purists are still having a weird problem with Romulus, and I'm not quite sure why, because you'll want like a back to its roots film, but then they'll say, oh yeah, well it actually sucks because it's not different enough. All right. I used to be a part of a forum years ago, AVP Galaxy. And people can be quite, there's a difference between being fans and, honestly critiquing things and just being completely up in yourselves about, and purist about what you actually want. I've seen some of that toxicity on even Twitter, which is unfortunate because I think Romulus is a great film. I think it's done well at the box office, which is good to see. I know it was originally going to be on Hulu or something like that, similar to Prey. I'm glad this one made it for theaters because it's definitely one that is great in a theatrical experience. I know some people have criticized the third act of the film. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but they go for something. There's kind of like like a lot of the Alien films, there's like a bigger kind of threat towards the end of the movie of some kind that kind of ups the ante. That's all I'll say. And I thought it was actually fucking cool and fantastic. It was very good. I liked it a lot. It's actually probably my favorite third act of an Alien film since Aliens. But yeah, I thought it was great, honestly. The facehuggers also feel like more of a threat than maybe ever in the franchise. I'm not joking about that. And just the lighting and what Fede Alvarez brings to all his horror films, I think was really there. And again, it just really, really worked. But yeah, I'd rate it like probably an A plus. I really can't think of much of a fault with it. So is it my favorite Alien film? At least like Alien Solo specific. People are gonna say, "Oh, I'm a prisoner of the moment," or "I just like everything new that they put out." No, but as I already said, established with that, my feelings towards the rest of the franchise, and having Fede Alvarez handle this new movie, yeah, it probably is my favorite Alien Solo film. It just is. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, of course, Instagram, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.